Hi, my name is Christian, and I'm going to show you here how you can use Kiwi Syslog to mark out messages that are of a certain kind. To demonstrate this, I have added to my screen two different products. One is the Kiwi Syslog message generator, which will generate synthetic Syslog messages, and the other is the Kiwi Syslog Service Manager. So to show you this, the way you do it is that you start with clear the display, and you notice that in this product you have different display buckets. The default bucket is display 0. To show you what happens is that I've in the message generator, I basically asked to send messages to a certain IP address of random origin, and it's going to send one message per second. So I'll reset the counters and start send. And you'll notice that the Syslog messages are pouring into display 0, and in display 1 there is nothing. Now suppose that out of all these messages I want to see messages of a certain kind. I go into the setup and then I mark this by adding filters and actions. Now the default rule is to have a filter that simply says display everything, and in actions I want to display everything in this bucket. To add another rule, I basically right click the rules and click add rule, which I've done here, and I've created a rule called critical, and in this critical I've added a filter, and that filter says all messages of the type critical and errors are covered by this filter. I'm going to turn that on, and then I'm going to add an action, and in that action I'm going to say display all those messages in bucket 01. So I've turned both of those on. I'm going to apply those and click OK, and what you'll notice is in bucket number 0 I still have all the messages flowing in, but in bucket 01 I will only get messages that are of the type critical and error. Let's see if I turned on the whole, I need to of course turn the total rule on like that. So now in this bucket 01 I will only get messages that are of the type error and critical, and this allows me to basically see all the messages that are flowing into the system, and if the messages are flowing in at a very fast pace, say I want to send like 500 messages every 10 seconds, what you'll notice is that all of a sudden you get a massive amount of messages, and it's going to be very hard figuring out which is which because there are so many. So here are all the messages, but when I go back into the 01, it had filtered out all the critical and error messages. So that's the way you use filtering to display real-time log messaging.